Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Cobalt here. Our guest will be with us very shortly. She'll be with us in a moment. But I just want to say hi to everyone. Waiting and thank you very much for the first episode of Spilling the Tea with Virgil and Friends. Yes. Yes, we do have little tea cakes and pastries and things.
There's a dragon in my wagon, and I don't mean to.
Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Sam Gamer. And thank you also, come on in and welcome Popcat and who all is here. We got the number of popped up. Scarlet Razor, yes.
There's a dragon in my wagon,
and thank you for the follows, Res99. So we are doing this is a series where we will be I'll be trying to do this twice a month. We'll be interviewing a fellow streamer, VTuber, and asking them questions, and also allow y'all in the audience to submit questions as well. If you do have any questions or whatever, feel free to let me know. I did open it up like beforehand for the stream for people to submit stuff, but that's just mainly a way of helping to make sure we get those in and know they are. But if you have any, and make sure we know to plan to make sure those to prioritize those. But if you do have any questions, feel free to ask those, and we will do our best. Ask questions in the chat or whatever, and we will do our best to get to those. You may have to remind me of them, but if we go through the questions, we actually do have that question, Popcat. We actually do have that. It would be weird if I did. But let's see. Oh, see, I did mention, so our second, I will say on the second episode we have coming up, I've already got scheduled, will be on the 25th. 25th? Yes. 25th, blah, blah, blah. 25th with Glitch Kitten, which will be at 7 p.m. Central Time. So an hour later start time than this, and on a different time, which that would actually mean... Oh wait, are you back? Notice movement.
What?
Hello? Oh, okay. Hey, Geronimo's here.
Sorry. Listen, I just ate Taco Bell so fast.
You could have eaten it on air. It's funny.
No, you don't do that.
You didn't want to do like maybe the audience wanted crunch ASMR.
No, never. No crunch ASMR.
But okay, coincidental or whatever. So I was doing some last minute of like finding some graphics for this, and like a video, like that I'll like have from like a video or something, whatever I'm doing, like on a second monitor. And I happened to be watching a video on the Taco Bell dog.
What happened to the Taco Bell dog?
Okay. So
I understand he is now well deceased.
Yes.
But what happened to him? Like,
yeah.
he was wonderful. I know. I think they took him away for what? They thought it was racist.
Well, there were like some people that were like that. Okay, so one thing, the dog that was doing was actually female. That was playing the Taco Bell dog.
Well, she was wonderful.
Yes. And then apparently, so there was like some people that were like did think like that the voice or whatever, and then it's a Chihuahua and stuff like that. That might be that it was like a bit insensitive or whatever. And then apparently there were some people or whatever that were like upset because in like one commercial they had like a little like play on the Che Guevara like thing. But like what it came down to was the fact that the ad campaign did not lead to increased sales in the actual Taco Bell product. So it was one of those things of like, we're getting some of this stuff and it's not leading to increased sales, so we'll just get rid of it, unfortunately.
I had the plushies. They had plushies for them, different plushes, and you could squeak them, and they would say little sayings.
Yeah. It was super
I love
popular.
them.
It was a super popular ad, but it just did not lead to increased sales apparently. So,
Why's it got to be about the sales?
yeah.
Maybe people want a cute dog.
But yeah, so the dog did live on like to be like passed away in like 2008, and she
wow.
lived to be 15. Oh, can you make sure you get the pen? It's in. And welcome in, Locke. I'm doing well. Maybe it prevented a dip in sales. We will never know. Exactly. That's. But I like those. I that was one thing. I saw that video. It's like, I also wonder what happened to that dog. So. Anyway, but so we have number of questions that we'll get to, and we'll start off with some. Number one.
Number one.
What is your favorite color?
Why? Why you gotta start with the topic?
Oh.
Favorite color? So, fun fact, my favorite color was black for a long time. Growing up, my favorite color was blue. Emo phase, my favorite color was black, and now my favorite color is, like, lavender and turquoise.
Ooh.
Lavender and teal, turquoise. That kind of color.
Mama Cobalt really loves teal.
It's nice. He's also got, what is it called? Robin's egg blue? I think it's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm speaking home and better home and garden, okay? Robin's egg blue. It's a color. It's pretty. Ugh.
All I can think of when I hear home and garden is like just of that. Hi, me and my husband collect twine. We have a budget of $5 million.
What's wrong with you? No. Oh no. You're like, eh.
I moved slightly away from the.
How dare you?
Used to be a Crayola crayon color. The pink ones were the yummiest one.
TARDIS blue is actually a Crayola color in certain boxes, I think, for Doctor Who fans.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the next question then. So what is your favorite drink?
Really?
And you can answer honestly.
Really? Is it not supposed to be coffee? Like, I'm just saying. It's coffee. It's Bustelo. I like a specific brand. I love Cafe Bustelo. Cafe Bustelo is delicious. But
is that the one in the yellow can?
The yellow can, yes.
Oh, okay.
So if it's not coffee, I don't know. Because like I don't have favorites. I really don't. I have like top tier, like top fives. And then like if one's not available, I'll never be disappointed having to go for the other options.
That's understandable.
So like for me, I love Bustelo coffee. Absolutely love it. Tea wise, I love lavender milk tea. Absolutely love it. Soda wise, I like Coke Zero.
Ah, okay.
Coke Zero or sugar free. What is it called? Like the sugar free Baja Blast.
Mm.
It's good. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
You know Taco Bell actually currently has like is selling Baja Blast flavored gelato.
I know. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. We don't.
I have to try that sometime just out of like extremely morbid curiosity. Let's see. Oh, we have a possible fantasy insight. Should have some fun this Halloween. Nice. But yeah, you did actually answer the question of what is your preferred tea, since you said lavender milk tea.
Yes, lavender milk tea. I love lavender milk tea. That or it has to be Irish breakfast tea.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine, I honestly, I know I have something listed different on my About Me or whatever, but honestly, I feel like it kind of like, I don't know, mine's kind of like rotates a little. So recently it's kind of like jasmine green tea.
Ooh, that sounds really pretty.
Mm.
Oh man, I oversteeped. So I was making. I got some lavender from when we went to North Dakota,
Hmm.
and I oversteeped it. And when I tell you, it was the most bitter, horrifying thing I've ever tasted in my life. Oh,
Oh, if
I
if
tried to save it. I tried. I tried so hard. It never had a chance.
if you want some really oversteeping horror, you get some like you get some Japanese green tea,
Mm-hmm.
so like a sencha, and then one you heat it up at a very hot temperature, um and then oversteep that, so you get the nice flavor profile of battery acid, of
What?
vegetable battery battery acid.
Exacto. Ew, you're gross.
If yeah,
Gross.
if you're trying to ever drink like Japanese green tea is gonna be really good, but if you oversteep those suckers, or you will pay for that. Their fury will make themselves known. Um, let's see. Why does Karl Marx drink herbal tea? Because all proper tea is theft. Wait a second. I think I got this. I think this should still show up on the thing. I got this. I got this. I got this covered.
You have a laugh track. I can't with you. I can't.
Then, oh, do they have that? Is give me something naughty to try at Taco Bell when I hit the city this Christmas. What? Am I reading wrong? Wait.
Something naughty to try. I don't know what you've heard about Taco Bell.
Is this a different type of Taco Bell?
Is this a different type of taco? What kind? Are we talking about the same taco? The taco that comes in the shell with meat and cheese and lettuce? I don't know what kind of tacos you eat in this tea house, sir. But Virgil, sir. Mm-hmm.
The food man, the food you naughty. Wait. The food man, the food. The naughty food mentioned. What, were they oversteeped? Oh, was it the Baja Blast Gelato?
Oh,
I know that's
no,
one of those limit. Oh, okay, yeah, that was it. It's
the
apparently
gelato itself is great though.
yeah. It's apparently one of their like limited time menu items. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, let's do another one. So, what is your favorite dessert?
So, I'm very picky on sweets because I don't like sweets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very particular. I'm particular. Let's see. If I had to pick a favorite sweet, it would all depend. See, it comes down to a dependable matter of facts here. If it's a cookie, I like chocolate chip cookies with walnuts in them.
Mm-hmm.
If it's anything cake wise, I like brownies with the cream cheese frosting on top. And I
Ooh.
like gooey brownies. Gooey. Gooey. And then if it's cake, I like cheesecake. I mean, but I think like a favorite dessert, like an all-time favorite, I don't. A symphony bar.
A symphony bar. I'm not familiar with those. What is a symphony bar?
Okay, if you go to Walmart, look up Hershey's Symphony Bar.
Okay.
It's got like a whole bunch. Listen, this is a exploration of your taste buds. Type in, I'm pretty sure it's Hershey's Symphony bar.
Symphony bar. Okay, so it's like a chocolate. Okay.
It is fancy. Okay, it's fancy. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's like a
I
bar.
like the blue one. So the one I like has the almonds, the toffee pieces in it. It's really good.
Okay, so fancy's Hershey bar with a lot of extra stuff in it. Okay.
Not a lot of extra. It's just almonds
Oh,
and toffee. And it's gourmet version of Hershey. Thank you.
gourmand. Gourmand.
Gourmage. Gourmet.
Cheesecake is custard pie.
And custard pie. Listen, cheesecake. If someone asked me, "Oh, do you want a birthday cake?" Whatever. Growing up, my mom would always say, "Do you want a birthday cake?" And I was like, "No, I want a pizza." that was literally it. Either a birthday cake or a pizza. I'd go for the pizza. I'd rather eat savory than sweets. I'm not big on sweets. But big booty butt here. If someone's gonna offer me like sweets or make something for me, like even wifey knows, a cheesecake or cookie. Mm.
Nice.
They're delicious.
Although that does leave a question or whatever that I have a little later, but we'll go ahead and because this was a viewer submitted question. But what is your favorite type of pizza?
Oh. Okay, is money a factor? Like, I need to know because listen, if it's budget pizza, I love the Little Caesars over here. It's like $6.99 for a hot and ready. Boom, hot and ready, extra mostis bestis pepperoni or whatever it's called for $6.99. If money isn't a factor, I like uh uh ah I like two. If it's a pre-made pizza, Papa John's has a Philly cheesesteak pizza that just makes me happy.
Ooh.
I really like it. It's a Philly cheesesteak pizza. If I'm making my own pizza and I would probably have artichokes on it. Artichokes, spinach, tomatoes, probably some grilled chicken. I'd get fancy.
Mm.
Mushrooms. I like mushrooms.
Yeah, I like a lot of veggies on my pizza. I'm not really that picky or whatever. I just kind of like I prefer lots of vegetable flavors.
I love vegetables. See, and that's why I said it all depends. Because, like, if it's budget, yeah, we're going just either cheese pizza, pepperoni pizza from Little Caesars. If it's, hey, you have to get a pre-made pizza, I'm telling you, Philly cheesesteak Papa John's pizza. Mwah! Chef kiss. I love it. Add some mushrooms on that bad boy. But if I have to make my own and I'm doing it, because we do make our own pizza at home sometimes too. Definitely, I love artichoke hearts. I love chicken. I love tomatoes, spinach, mushrooms. I like my veggies. I'm like you. I like my veggies. Sometimes I'll throw banana peppers on my pizza.
Yes. Okay. So then we have a next question. And I'm saying favorite on some of these questions or whatever, but if if you have to like do like a a top like just a top 3 or like top 2 or something like that, that's fine. But what is your favorite book?
The Giving Tree.
The Giving Tree? Oh, okay.
One of there's actually a tattoo I'd like to get from that book, and it was it's the quote, she loved a little boy very much more than herself.
Aw.
And I wanted to get that for my little man, but I love The Giving Tree. It's a good book. But if you're actually talking about, like, I guess an actual story, back in, like, middle school, there was a book called The Silver Kiss, and it was a cheesy vampire book. And now I can, like, replay some of it in my mind, and I'm laughing at how cheesy it was. Like, they met in a laundromat at night, and just like, but it's called The Silver Kiss. It was really, really good book. And then I know this sounds odd to some, but there's a religious kind of novel, and it's called The Pilgrim's Progress. And I actually genuinely, my mom got me a big book on it, and it had pictures, really well done pictures and everything. But I actually really liked that book.
Yeah, I mean, I actually own a copy of that myself. I've read it. I mean, I like that one as well. So
Hmm.
Pilgrim's Progress. So I totally. That's. I'm trying to remember, but I think that's like among the top, um, like most printed, among like the most printed like English books or whatever. That's up on there. If I'm remembering correctly.
I believe so.
Yeah. Pilgrim's Progress. The characters' names are way too on the nose. They are, but it's kind of like, or
It's
of
more of
like
a
the pang or
moral, I
whatever.
guess, like
Yeah.
a lesson. But I really enjoyed it.
Mm.
And for some reason, like the book that my mom had given, like I could see it so vividly. I don't know if any of you have ever had that where like you can remember something very vividly from your childhood just
Mm-hmm.
because of the imagery. And it had such great artwork. And I think that's what like drew me in was the art. It was good. But yeah, those are my favorite books.
Yeah. C.S. Lewis actually made like kind of his own like version of it that was relating to kind of more of his experiences. That was called The Pilgrim's Regress.
Yeah, I
That was
saw
a
that.
similar. That was also a neat book, whatever, and playing on that.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, and scary stories to tell in the dark.
oh yeah, that's the great. Yeah,
The
that's
book,
fun.
not the movie. The book.
I like the movie.
The movie wasn't bad. It's just not the book.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it's like people who watched what's that dragon called? I wasn't big into dragons, but I remember people were horrified. The what was that dragon called? It was a really popular book about a dragon. There
Aragorn.
was a movie. Aragorn, yes. People were horrified at the movie. I will never forget. I
Even
think
though
there's
it
two
had,
books, three books.
yeah, that movie that didn't, even though it had like John Malkovich and that
Yeah, no, nothing could
Jeremy
save that
Irons.
stump fire. Ugh.
uh uh all right, those is whatever. All right, I have read the book, rest of the Aragorns way better. Uh how many scary stories to tell in the dark are there? There's
Three,
like, yeah.
three. I'm pretty confident in that answer.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
three.
3 volumes.
Mm-hmm.
Um but seriously, the art in that in those books are S tier,
The art,
absolutely.
it's like it looks almost like watercolor ink drip. I'm telling you.
Oh
See,
yeah, it is.
see, Zaraz gets it. They did a horrible job.
I read the movie,
See,
so
I wasn't even a fan of the books, and I didn't watch the movie for respect for how horrible and sharp and how offended the book community was.
uh this is a nice transition actually to the next question, which is, what is your favorite movie?
Oh man. Uh, a favorite.
You could do like top 3, like I said, so if it's
Even that part. Have okay, let me reverse psychological on you, mister. What are your favorite three?
Kiki's Delivery Service, My Fair Lady, and uh Whispers of the Heart.
What's Whispers of the Heart about?
Yeah, so it's another Ghibli movie. Um but it's not directed by Hayao Miyazaki, even though he wrote the the screenplay for it. And it's about this girl that, she like reads all the time and stuff like that, and doesn't really like do jealous or whatever. And then she comes across like she eventually comes across like it. There's this sort of it eventually becomes like this kind of part love story, and then like kind of coming of age as she kind of learns what she wants to do, and she's learning how to be a writer and that type of stuff. It's a really neat story. The love interest, the guy is wants to be a violin maker, Um,
That's a hard job.
hmm,
If we're talking like by hand back in the day, that was a hard job.
yeah. Uh, let's see. Okay, we got. Let me check on
Let
some.
me see. My favorite movies, though, if I can say movies, you can't laugh at me.
White chicks.
How did you know?
I took an
White
absolute.
chicks.
I took
mean,
an absolute
I don't
shot in the
technically have a preference when it comes to my women, but the movie, I like white chicks. I like white chicks. I like RoboCop. The first one. The
Mhm.
first one, very much specified. I do like the second one because it's just so cheesy. But I love Hellraiser 1 and 2, The Ring. The Ring, actually, you bought me the book as a gift. You got me the original. Yep, and I read that. But White Chicks, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, RoboCop. I like Predator. Predator from Alien vs Predator. With listen. White chicks, okay? I'm just gonna say that over and over.
Making my way downtown.
White
As
chicks.
President Hope out.
You know what? Terminator 2. That's another one. I like the old heroes, like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
They
I
were
like
popular.
Rambo too.
They were popular for a reason. There's good
Well, that's because
movies.
back then there wasn't CG to give them the abs and stuff, man.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
had to do that stuff. Grr. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready for your next question.
All right. Favorite musician or musicians, I suppose, in this case.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
Oh my.
Favorite musicians. I like, okay. Once again, I like people laugh because when people say I like music, except I literally will listen to anything. I actually like The Offspring, Foo Fighters,
Mm-hmm.
um I'm laughing because I'm trying to brace myself. I like Tim McGraw
Mm-hmm.
and Brad Paisley. I like country too. Okay, I like country. So I got Brad Paisley, Tim McGraw. You got, oh my goodness, I like him a lot. His if you're not familiar with him, with Ville Valo, I don't know. My Chemical Romance is still in my heart forever. I know this is very controversial, but I am a huge Marilyn Manson music fan, not person fan. And I like my Panic at the Disco. There you go. There you go. I think that's a good list.
Okay. Yeah. I will honestly say it's kind of like one of those things where it's like everything I've heard about like guys like Marilyn Manson and that guys like that they have like their onstage persona or whatever, and then it's just like,
Well, no, he did worse.
Oh.
Like, well, okay, let me put it this way. He's not marriage material. And I mean, I could have gotten that just from seeing his stage stuff and everything, but there were people who married him and then realized he was not a good person. And I'm just sitting here like, were there no warning signs?
Oh. Well, okay, I didn't know that. Well, I normally, like, when it comes to, like, guys like that have, like, normally it's, like, the opposite. Like, they are, like, off stage, but I guess with, like Alice Cooper or whatever would be example, like, on stage, he's like...
Isn't Alice Cooper a Christian?
Yeah, he is.
He's very religious.
Yeah.
Like, I was shocked.
Yeah, he's very much, like... He's, like... Off stage, he's kind of, like... He's, like... kind of, I hate like Ned Flanders in the positive sense, if that makes sense, where it's like the really nice, like, hello neighbor, that type of thing, like really like wholesome type of thing, like off stage. That's his personality or whatever.
I love the duality of it though.
Yeah. Well, it was something he eventually had to learn or whatever, because it's like this whole like because he's like, say, like he had to learn how to like differentiate between his on stage and off stage, because he'll like say like people that didn't know that they end up dead. Like a lot of the people he knew when he was like in the 70s and or 60s, like weren't able to do that, so they got known for their party thing or whatever, and they never separated that, so they just OD'd on stuff. So
Yeah.
he almost did it like 2 different times pretty much on stuff, so he learned the hard way on a lot of that stuff apparently. But so next question now, if so, what would be your favorite album? And yes, I'm using album.
Oh, album, like the whole thing. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's called The Killers Hot. I don't want to say. I think it's Hot Fuss. Was their album? And the Digimon the movie album. Those are my 2 favorite.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I have that. I'm sure I have like the CD somewhere lost or whatever of like the Digimon now. But I listened.
The
I can't.
Digimon movie music CD is the best CD you will ever listen to. It will open your eyes to new sound. It was wonderful. I enjoy it. I'm telling you, it's wonderful.
I like I will. I know the song All Stars. My mind instantly goes to the Digimon soundtrack, not Shrek,
Yes.
like most people.
Same. Same. And then there's and then I guess like for actual album though, The Killers, I love The Killers. They're also a really good band, but The Killers album, Hot Fuss, was, I think it had their main songs that people know them for on there. And then of course there's I think it's Coldplay Yellow.
Hmm.
That's a good album.
My mind goes to Astroland, my first album. My brain with both like moment I do like.
My first ever owned CD was the Lion King movie. And then I think like my first actual CD I bought with my own monies was Aqua Barbie Girl.
I'm a Barbie girl
You know
in
what
a
my
Barbie
first
world.
cassette was? My first cassette was Europop by Eiffel 65, the people who sing Blue Daboo Dee Daboo Die.
Blue Wabble Dee Abble Die.
I remember saving up it was $9.99 at Walmart, and I remember I saved up all my pennies, and I went and I got the cassette. I'm very proud of myself.
All right, let's see. I'll skip away some of these. Do have some other questions or whatever, but I'll skip to some of the streaming ones so we can make sure we get to those. And also, just a reminder, if anyone does have any questions, in the chat, please feel free to let me know. And we will do our best to get to those. But I will skip a few ahead and then probably run back or whatever. But do some of the ones about streaming and stuff like that. But why VTubing?
So it's funny because I know a lot of people will be like, oh, Iron Mouse, and oh, I fell in love with this. I had no idea who any of that was. Even now, people mention some large VTubers, and I'm just like, who? Because it's not because I'm trying to be rude. I don't know, because that was not my train of thought when I became a VTuber. I did VTubing because I had no desire to turn on a webcam, because sadly I had a real life incident that made me just not like any kind of cameras, and I wasn't wanting to use one. And I was like, okay, well, what can I do? Not just that, but my son was like 8 at the time, and he would run around in his drawers and be like, ah! So I was like, okay, I don't need this recording on TV or on the screen. So I was like, what can I do? What if I had a model I could just throw up? And then I saw a VTuber. Her name is Dreamlike Melody, and she is a six-eyed dream demon or something, a dream witch or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful content creator, very sweet person. But I saw her using a model, and I was like, "How are they doing that?" And then I was like, "You know what? I'll do VTubing. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it." And I've been here ever since.
Mm. All right.
It
So
can be a scary place, Virgil.
it can
It can.
it really can. Uh, what inspired your design and theming?
I looked up what sleeps a lot. That's a mammal. And the little brown bat sleeps like 18 to 22 hours a day, and I could get down with that. I have I've got a chronic fatigue syndrome. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not waking up or if I don't set alarms, I could literally sleep more than 14 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get up, and it can be bad sometimes, especially if I'm sick, because you know how your body gets tired when you're sick, so your body just goes
Oh yeah.
shuts down. So I have to be careful. So I wanted something that could reflect that I sleep a lot, which is why my character actually has bags under their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I wanted a character that was with that. So I went with bats. Not just that, but I was going to do more of a horror look, a more goth look. But then, to be honest, I wanted to come off more um welcoming. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to put anybody off with like a really because I love some of the models I've seen for the goth scene and for the really like the horror scene, but I wanted my character to itself to be welcoming, but I still wanted to kind of carry over some of the things like my love for music. So I have like the literally it's funny because people ask me what are you wearing. I'm like this is probably my outfit from circa 2000, 2004 Hot Topic.
Mm-hmm.
Like these pants you can actually get online. Same with my my shirt you can now get online and stuff like that. But everything I owned, like I used to listen to Duran Gray, which
Mm-hmm.
was I was into J rock a lot when I was in middle school and stuff. And they used to do the nose strap band, so that's where like the nose strap came from. And then the colors was actually all picked out by the wifey
Mm-hmm.
and my son. So like the hair gradients and stuff, and the floofs and the stars. And then my eyes, my dad had passed away a year prior before I started VTubing, and he had green eyes. Which let me tell you, if you know anything about like, you don't. There's certain how do I word? There's certain cultures that you just don't see certain eye colors in.
Right.
Like you don't see a lot of blue-eyed Asians.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, you don't see a lot of non brown-eyed Hispanics. Like I'm brown hair, brown eyes, tan skin.
Right.
My dad had green eyes, and they were the brightest green, and I was so jealous. I was like, Dad, you got the coolest eyes ever. So in honor of my dad, I did green eyes.
Oh. Okay. And then let's see. I'll have to keep it on a time or whatever, because in like 6 minutes we'll have to do an ad break. Um. But now I've heard this one or whatever, and I'm sure some in the audience haven't heard this one. But what inspired you to get into streaming?
My son, hands down, little man.
Mhm.
Little man looked at me. I had an incident at work that left me having to double think about where I'm working, and just I couldn't do it anymore. I left. I had medical clearance and I was at home, and I'm trying to think of what to do to bring in income. And little man's like, "Hey mom, why don't you do this?" And he was pointing at his Minecraft streamers. He's like, "You should be this. You should be a streamer. I don't mind sharing my mommy." And I was like, "Okay." And boom.
Mm.
So he's affectionately known as Soup Kitty.
Yeah, I seen the design on your cup, and it's really cute.
Yeah. He's a sweet bean. But I wouldn't have done streaming if it wasn't for him.
Mm.
It helps me stay relevant in my old age, Virgil. I gotta stay hip with the cool cats. I said that right, right?
I think so.
Okay.
see. I think we'll do one more question before the commercial break or ad break. It would be still commercial break, kind of. Um, but how long have you been streaming?
Let's see, it'll be 4 years in July. So 3+ years at the moment.
Hmm.
I is still young. I'm still
Nice,
I'm
nice.
lying. I'm old, Virgil. I'm old.
You're not that much. You're only like several months older than me, okay? So there's like 5 months where I'm not, where we're not, where we're different ages. So then I immediately catch up to you.
You know what though? Let me tell you. And I don't know if your chat knows, but I got to meet Virgil. We had coffee in real life, and they got to meet the doggo and the wife and the cat. You got to hold my. You got to hold the Lord Vader, Cat
Yes.
of Darkness.
Yes, was a super soft kitty. Like
But
crazy
Virgil
soft.
found the best coffee place too. That place was amazing. Mhm. I miss you, oh great coffee place.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is a nice, neat local chain. It's cool when you can find places like that.
It is, especially ones that let dogs, because Huey is biggest worker, 80
Mm.
pounds. You're a young spring chicken, Locke. Don't let
Like-
Locke fool you. Locke is the girl with the prettiest hair. Don't ever let him fool you.
All right. So this is here. I sometimes I do like some coffee or whatever. I drink both coffee and tea.
Oh, can't trust you anymore. What is this? I ratted you out. We went to a coffee house.
I'm not exclusive. I'm not exclusively. Hey, well, the coffee up they do make a really nice London fog when I feel like that or whatever, which is which is the Earl Grey, but and you're doing it like with some milk and syrup, but you also like the milk is frothed or whatever. I'm trying to think of the term or whatever. So it's like when you come in across like the tea latte stuff, but it's like extra creamy, just because they do the extra stuff.
You can't save yourself. You've been outed. It's too late. It's too late. Your sins.
Okay, so I have to make run a 3-minute ad break. So we will like pause here, whatever, and go on our be right back screen.
Go
But then,
potty. Refill your drinks.
and then we will
Eat
be
your local kobold.
no barbecue cold,
Barbecue kobold.
but we will be right back. So see y'all in just 3 minutes. And we're back. Let's see.
Back again.
Let's see here. Chat. Did
Virgil's
you
back.
tell
Tell
a
a
friend?
Guess who's back? Guess who's
Did
back?
you learn?
Virgil's back.
Did you learn anything from evil McCoffee drinker in Pilgrim's Progress? uh, great. So I'll do some these questions about streaming and stuff. But so what have you enjoyed most about streaming?
The people I've met.
Mm.
When I was like, I don't even know how to word this, but it wasn't till I started streaming that I found what real friends are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very thankful for that. And I love my friends. And it's funny because I say that, and I'm not talking about like just streamer friends, etc. No. I don't even have. If we're friends, we're friends. There's no label to it. But through streaming, I had made a lot of friends who are quote unquote followers that I love them so much. Like example, lock and load and chat. There's one. I got Invisible Man, Hawk Thing, just Reaper. Huge shout out to Reaper. Just there's so many people I met through streaming that watched me that in turn I got to know them, and just it's a big world. And sadly, conveniently, it is hard to make friends that are next to you and local to you. But you can find them online.
Yeah.
And I was very thankful that I could find my friends online. And I will tell you right now, and it's funny because I try to teach my son this. I'm like, the people you are friends with right now in middle school and elementary, the odds of them being your friends when you're 25, 30 is very rare. Very, very seldom heard of. But if you can be friends with them, that's great. But for the most part, you're going to go through phases and things happen and people grow and everything and go different directions. But I'm happy to be at the place I'm at, and I don't want to change the people in my life at all. I'm very much content and happy.
Mm.
I'm telling you. That's my favorite thing about streaming. I got to meet you!
Oh.
And we got to have coffee! And and we shared plants! You shared your plants with my wife!
This is true. This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the scrimps, are the scrimps doing okay?
Yeah.
Good.
We got them. They have a whole little hideout now.
Nice. I'm sure once they, in a few months, you'll probably have way more than you'll know what to do with, honestly.
No, because they're in the 75-gallon tank with the big koi and goldies. So
okay.
The population's kept nice and trimmed. The smart survive. There's been a few herpaderps that have come out and they don't make it back in.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
So it's all kept under control. But no, it's probably the best journey I've ever had was through streaming, and has been through streaming, and just the opportunities and people I've gotten to meet. But like I said, most importantly, it's the friends. It's the friends we've made along the way, Virgil.
Yeah, it is like, streaming, it definitely has its ups and downs, but like the folks you meet and just kind of that it's a it's a great journey and meeting people and like that, because it is like the thing when you're mentioning like friends you typically meet in like real life or whatever. A lot of the relationship you form basically boil down to geography.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, like, you work in the same place, or you go to this same thing, or whatever. Like, when you're growing up, you're going to people at school or whatever, which those can, like, over time those can develop and stick around. But most of those, just the unfortunate thing of you're no longer in that physical proximity.
Yeah.
So they just kind of like end or whatever. Whereas it is the nice thing with the internet, that it's the people that you do find, you're more united by interests and stuff like that. than just than simple geography.
Pizza rolls are done.
Ignore the the hot water pot in the background. I think that's one of those things that only like on Discord or whatever it'll show up, but I don't think there's only like a slight beep for chat. But I can do a
But
water pour ASMR.
ah, how do we know you're pouring water and not peeing on me? I feel very insecure standing here,
I don't
especially since your cup old Abby just looked very worried when it looked up. I'm just saying.
I my mic would not be like sensitive enough to pick up that with it's probably picking up the freaking train that's going by right now.
I hear the train. What was I gonna say though? Oh no, but like there's some things I miss, like as a mom and just even as an adult who's just married and stuff. It's not easy making friends. It's hard because it's not like I can just go out anymore. You know what I mean? I can't just say, okay, hey, I'll be there at this. No, my world consists of two other people who I love very much, so I can't just go. So what's nice about online is I can take the phone with me, put on speakerphone, etc. Um, one of the things I've had problems with in the past, especially with just physical, in-person friendship type deals, is um people who aren't married and stuff have wanted to, like, example, I had when little man was younger, I had friends who wanted to go clubbing, and I'm like, I can't go clubbing. I have my son. I can't, do you guys want to come over? And it was like, oh, no. I was like, well, thanks. Okay. You know, but online it's nice because I can be like, okay, hey, I'm available. I have a little bit of time. You guys want to hang out? And then, like, through the day, I can still type and text to my friends and they're understanding because they have their own lives and they get it. So it's streaming has been a big gift for my social clock.
Oh yeah. Uh okay, and then let's see. Uh so there's so what have you streamed that has had the most psychological or emotional impact on you? So that could be a game or what have you, or maybe like a reading or something, some activity or whatever that you've streamed.
Uh Describe impact. I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit confused.
Uh, so maybe like it's a game where like the story like super resonated with you, um, or or if you were doing like a story reading or whatever that resonated with you, if that kind of makes sense.
Okay, so there's a game called Soma.
Mm-hmm.
Holy smokes. That was a deep game. It is a horror game, but it does have the option for you to play through it like a story. Um Soma's really good. Soma.
Mm.
Very good game. It's a very deep game. It's funny. I never finished the game on stream because I was actually, it was so heartbreaking. And like, I got it and I was like, oof, I couldn't. There's, let's see, I'm trying to think because it's been 3 years of streaming here. I'm trying to think, but I know Soma was a big one.
Mm.
Was another one. See, emotionally wise, I know working for the children's charity, um, Starlight,
Mm.
doing all of that hits. Like, I don't think people understand that even the littlest amount helps kids. And I'm sensitive with kids, okay? I'm a mom. It's a sensitive thing. And helping terminally ill kids and the little, even when people donate $1 and they're like, this is all I had, or even if they come in and lurk and they're like, I can only give you a lurk, I'm like, I have to try not to cry
Mm.
because I'm like, you don't understand how much you're helping. It's oh, I don't know. There's been a lot, but as far as a game that got me choked up emotionally, that I played on stream, probably Soma.
Hmm.
Um, a game I played outside of stream in general that had me choke up was Metal Gear Solid 4.
Uh,
When Old Snake went through the fire area at the end, I bawled like a baby because yes,
I that
yes.
is a
Oh,
that is a
and Gears
very
of War. I'm watching your little mouth wiggle. What's going on?
It's like no, as you said, that's a, like it's a neat one. What do you like? What someone says like a game that normally you wouldn't think, but like for whatever reason it really like resonates with them.
Oh,
But normally like you don't. It is neat when you come across like that type like situation or like people that's like, hey, this thing I know most people don't even like really think about it as like a story or whatever, but this really resonated with me. Hearing about that and why is like interesting to me.
have you listen? Listen, Gears of War. Okay, have you heard of it?
Yeah, and I played like a bit of like the first one.
I know a lot of people. Some people weren't a fan, excuse me, of like the playthrough style, the way
Hmm.
the controls work. But let me tell you, story wise, Dominic Santiago. Oh my god! In my opinion, hashtag my opinion is better. Um, Dominic Santiago, most tragic character, tragic character, and I love him, and that's why my son's name is. That's why we have, my son's name is Dominic is actually from that game.
Mm.
But you've got so many characters where I can actually tell you, like I didn't play them online, but I'll tell you what, the new Gears game is coming out, and it's a prequel, and my boy Dom is in it, and I'm telling you, there might be. I might cry. I like Dom. Dom is a very tragic character. He's tragic in the first game, tragic in the second. The third game is just It's a good game. It's a good game, Virgil.
Let's see. Lock and Load says that's new rule clubbing at Geronimo home. And I'm checking with that. Let's see. Just checking
Listen,
with
if anyone
Catch.
goes clubbing at my house, there's no shoes. You have to take off your shoes and be wearing your pajamas. And there'll be popcorn.
I understand why people like clubbing. You get drunk. You probably don't remember the night yet. Was fun. How that fun.
See, I didn't get it either, Popcat. Yeah, that was never clubbing was never my scene, but I had a lot of friends who like to do it. But I'm just like, I'd rather just go sit in my room, in my dorm, because I was in college. I'm like, I'd rather just sit in my dorm.
Let's see. Suffering from minor memory loss is normal for getting blackout drunk. Most people can still remember some things, but you want to stop short of blackout drunk, anyways. Yeah, I think it's like normally most people like what is it like the dancing and the loud music and like all that stimulation, and then mixed with being somewhat intoxicated, where you're still aware of stuff and what you're doing or whatever, but you can tell, oh yeah, I got a buzz going or whatever, or I'm under the influence of stuff. So, uh, uh, let's see. So, what has been one of the most memorable moments streaming?
You're in.
I'm sorry? Uh-oh, hold on. Connection's being wonky. Uh, uh, okay. hear me?
Yeah, are you okay?
Okay, yeah, I don't know what the Discord just decided to be whatever for some reason. It just started like dropping for some reason. But I think we're good now.
Hey.
Okay. So what was okay, so just to make sure, what have you
I heard nothing but RoboCop.
Okay. All right, so what has been one of the most memorable moments streaming?
Uh, that's a hard one. I'd have to say the most memorable moment for me. Um, I think would have to be when Captain Starlight came to visit. Captain Starlight is like the mascot of StarlightChildren's.org, the terminally ill charity I work for. Um,
Mm-hmm.
or I fundraise for, I'll say, because work means I get paid, and I do not get paid. Um, so he's like the mascot, and he'll come in and double the amount you've made
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. So it was neat to see Captain Starlight come in my chat. I was like,
Yeah, that's cool. And let's see. Okay, Locke has a question for us. How did you both meet slash found each other? Which this. So I remember it's because it was through Lorenz, Don Lorenzo.
Enzo,
Yes.
the best lion.
That or six, and I and I remember. I don't know how you might like feel or whatever like telling this, but like the first time I heard it talk to you directly. So I was in VC on Lorenzo's like server, and you hopped in the VC, say like, hey, I felt okay, I got to share this thing with you, and it was then the and I don't like see, I think I still have it actually. Do I?
Why am I scared? Why am I horrified?
Okay, I can play it for chat or whatever because it's actually redeemed. But
Oh no.
it's the
Why am I scared?
it's the little can I put my balls in your jaw where it's the little anime like title thing. Because apparently you found that I normally don't like this type of thing, but I found it funny. I have no idea if you remember that or not, but
I remember that. Can I put my balls in your down? Listen. It haunts me. That's how we bonded. Actually, you know what I realized?
yes.
My
but,
good kobold sir, do you know when our friendship anniversary day is? Like the day we actually started talking and added each other as friends? 2222.
Wait, what?
Yeah, 2222.
Two.
February 2nd of 2022.
Okay,
2222.
I was starting to think it probably would have been someplace like in February, but then okay.
Isn't that cool? 2222. You can't forget that.
Oh, that is pretty neat.
Just wow, 22. That means we've been friends for 2 years.
Oh
I can
wow.
math, Virgil. I can math.
So that would mean it's in 3 years and come February. So like, so it'd be 2 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so okay, next question. So what has been some of your favorite collaborative event?
My favorite collab event. I'll be very honest. I just got to hang out with Gabi Lynn for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to meet new people, and that was so fun. Like it was genuinely very relaxed. I usually don't like giant collabs, but
Mm-hmm.
Gobulin's like the group that Gobulin had, it was just so amazing. It was very calm. I enjoyed it so much. And then I love Team VLAG, we call ourselves, but me, Akife, Miss Lala, and Gobulin. And then I really enjoyed doing the collab with Gabi Redclaw and Lala, the for Hispanic Heritage. Those were
Mm.
some of my favorites recently. Overall, I always have a good time torturing Dula-chan. I hope this gets sent to her, but I genuinely enjoy torturing Dula with horror and making her do things with me. That's probably hashtag all time fave.
Someone clip it and then send to us
It is
specifically.
I love my Dula. Dula is wonderful, and I know she hates horror, but I love her playing horror. My favorite. My favorite.
I do have something to say about Gobulin, that it took me way too long to like figure out
That it's Goblin.
Yes. It took me too long
Same.
to figure that like
Same. I didn't know it till she said it on our It Takes Two collab, and I was like, "Are you serious? I just put it together. It's Goblin, but you're Gobulin. Oh, stop it!" It was,
honestly that may have been about this. I think that probably might have been it that finally like wait.
yeah. I think we both realized it at the same time. We're like, "Oh, we're slow. We're so slow."
All right, next question. So what short-term streaming goals do you have? Because I'm gonna ask like, so what are like some short-term more short-term ones, and then like what are some long-term goals you have as a streamer?
Hmm. I'll be honest. Short term, my goal was to be on a cup. I guess my new short term goal is to get a plushie done. Wifey is working on sewing and stuff like that. So, plushie. Long term goal, I'd like to hit. Um, I'd like to reach over 10K, $10,000 raised for Starlight. So
Mm-hmm.
far, we're at 8.6 thousand.
Mm.
So we're 2.4 thousand. Well, no, not even 1.4 thousand away from that goal. I can't even call it long term because we have the charity in December for them.
Mm.
So I'm hoping we can hit that. So
Oh
that's kind of
yeah.
short term. So I'll put plushie as long term. Long term plushie, short term reach over 10K raise for charity.
No Dakimakura.
No, oh God, no. What would I be? It would be literally just a circle pillow. It would be my bat form as a fluff ball, and I would be squished. I would want a squished face that make it look like I was like squished against glass. Just
Oh, let's see. Popcat says this is starting to sound like a performance review. Remember to use the SMART model: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time.
nah.
Let's see. All right, so here's what. If you could collab with one famous streamer, who would you pick?
You know how hard that is. Uh,
We only do hard-hitting questions here, ma'am.
Markiplier.
Oh, yeah, that would be really cool.
There you go, Markiplier. I would love to sit down and have a pizza. We don't even have to talk. We can just stare at each other. That or Corey Kenshin. I love Corey Kenshin.
Okay. And then, so what advice would you give to people considering streaming and or VTubing?
Be careful who be careful of those who come to you for friendship. Be very wary. Use your best judgment because sadly, and I will be very honest, in this line of work, you will have people who infamously are known as clout chasers. It does happen. You'll have what they call the fake friends or the work friends, where they're there, but as soon as they can turn off the computer or leave, you're not a thought in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's also to be yourself. above all else because you are the forefront of what your community stands for. So if you want a community based on your values, being respectful and things like that, you need to be that way as well. And you need to watch who you allow into your community.
Mm.
I can't stress that enough. I think, and I can't, a lot of times I think people are so eager to meet friends and socialize because part of streaming, you have to, part of content creation, you have to social media. You have to be social. Um, but while being social, you also have to be smart. You need to make sure you take your time and actually analyze as a person, not just a content creator, the people you're letting into your life. I think
Mm.
that's a big thing that sometimes we get so hyped. Oh, this person wants to collab with me. Oh my God, they're so amazing. I love their content. Okay, what about the quality of the person, though?
Mm.
And it's very important to know the person as a person before jumping on the, oh, be friends, let's collab. Very important. That's
Mm.
probably my wisdom. My wisdom. Also, go to the bathroom before you stream.
No pee challenge streams.
No! Ew. Ew. I hate doing be right backs. Like it angers my soul. I actually do not have a be right back screen. One does not exist. I make sure I do all my business before I hit start. And that's it.
Okay. So okay, we can actually go back to some of these I guess more late word. Some of these more non-stream questions are there. So what is your favorite game?
My favorite game. Uh-oh. 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 Luck confirmed something. What's confirmed?
Uh-oh.
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 Right.
Bum bum bum. Geronimo does her streaming in the bathroom.
I do a lot of things from the bathroom. You'd be surprised. Listen. Favorite games. I love Little Nightmares. I
Mm.
love Little Misfortune. I love the Resident Evil series. I love Silent Hill. But the game that really got me into gaming would probably be Legend of Dragoon
Mm.
and DDR. I love DDR. DDR is my heart. Dance Dance Revolution. Listen, I was mad skilled on that dance pad, okay?
I remember playing that in the arcade and stuff like that. And I actually I actually had one of those like at home like dance pad things or whatever. And
I
I'd
did
play
too.
it and I would do it like or whatever, like regular whatever. But and I'd like a set or whatever. But I stopped doing it unfortunately because my older sister wanted to play, but like she accidentally like deleted the data or something like that, or like to mess up like the data on like my save file, and I had all these things are like these are the tracks I like and these are the thing, and it was like I was just like
I'd
like,
cry. There would be tears.
so I was like so like whatever about that. I kind of stopped playing because it's like oh let's see, for Locke it was Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. For Ty, Sonic and Elder Scrolls, what got me into gaming.
I love Sonic. My son actually loves Sonic now too, and it's funny because so when my now wife, when we were dating and she finally moved in, she was like, "What the hell is a chili cheese dog?" Because I she was like, "Oh!" My son went, "Oh!" I was like, "You don't know what a chili cheese dog is?" So no, we love Sonic. Sonic. I remember the Sega Genesis, man. Ah, good times.
Yeah, I think unsurprisingly or whatever, one of my I favorite, there's like the Yakuza games.
Mm-hmm.
I know, big shocker. Um and like the Metal Gear Solid. And also one that's coming like just recently or whatever, which I was like this year was like Red Dead Redemption 2. And I didn't think it was or whatever because I kind of like dabbled with it like years ago or whatever, and then so like when I was streaming, like, you know, it is one of the things about streaming where you just like when that it kind of because it makes you like sit down and kind of like just more like focus on the, you know, you're doing like the streaming stuff at the same time, but you have to like engage more actively like with the gaming experience as well, you know, like with chat. So it does kind of tend to make you like in some ways makes you like slow down and appreciate stuff in a different way than if you were just because if you're on your own, you might have like some other stuff going on in the background, so you're interestingly enough, you may actually be paying attention to it less. This thing. Also, one game that's my weird one that it would be Death Stranding. The the
But
hidden,
you mean the what's his name? The Norman Reedus simulator?
the Norman Reedus and the Amazing Fetus, yes.
Yes.
The one where you're delivering packages.
Yes.
It's one of those games. It's gonna be like you either think this is the dumbest thing ever or be like this is freaking amazing. Hideo Kojima is a genius. Those are the only two options of that game, I think. So here's this. So what is your favorite game character?
Oh, that's not fair. Oh. Oh. It's a hard one. So, okay, as a kid, it was Link.
Mm-hmm.
Then it changed to Dante from Devil May Cry. But I think if I had to have a favorite video game character right now, it would be Little Misfortune.
Hmm.
Have you played that?
I haven't. I think I played like I think I did, and it's one of those things I want to. I think I've played. Isn't because I played the game Franbao, which isn't that like in the same.
It's the same universe, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
but
that's
no,
one of...
you need to play Little Misfortune. It is not like Franbao. It's a bit, but not. It's more. It is more Virgil approved. I promise you.
Mm. Black and Lud says, "I see you like them bad boys, gals, Geronimo."
I'd have to say, like, I'm trying to think. Like, that actually has my brain wondering, like,
What is this saying about me?
I mean, you know what's another character I really do like? Bonnie from FNAF. I like Bonnie.
Yeah, she's hot. What?
Bonnie's the bunny. Wait, is Bonnie a girl? No, Bonnie's a boy. Now you got my is Bonnie from FNAF there. No, it's a boy, see?
Was that the blue? Wait,
That's the bunny.
which one is Bonnie? Okay.
He's a purple bunny.
Oh, okay, that one. I was thinking of someone else.
You're horrible. I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
Okay. And now there's a few questions that I stole from... What is that guy? The Screen
What
Actors
is that
Guild guy.
Oh
The-
my Jeebus.
That one guy was it? I'm trying to remember. It's like the bearded dude. It was
That
like
one
the...
guy with the pants.
Yes.
And the face and the eyes. That one guy.
Right.
Gilbert?
No, not Gilbert. Finn Lip. What is it?
Lock and Load's trying to help you out here. Ryan Reynolds?
Well, it's like, what is it? Oh, it's the... inside the actor's studio
Right
or
here
whatever.
it
I don't know,
says,
the interview or
You're
whatever.
having brain defrag.
It's like it broke right. No, it's just like I don't know. It's a show that's not really done anywhere. Anyway, but I see it's like But what is your favorite word?
You can't laugh.
Is it cloaca?
Oh, no. Kumquat.
Okay, yeah, I get it because it's a funny sound. All I'm thinking of is pickle barrel kumquat, pickle barrel
Kumquat.
stupid.
Kumquat. Who named that? Like, seriously. What's your favorite fruit? Kumquat. It's just a funny word. It's like you're squatting and coming. Oh no, I'm kumquatting. I mean, maybe I'm just weird, but I think it's a funny word. If someone told me, wow, that girl's gonna kumquat, and I didn't know a kumquat was a fruit, or she's got a kumquat, I don't know. Try and say it, Virgil. Try and say it. Just kumquat.
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 It's like I would. English is a funny language. Kumquat. Kumquat.
All right. What is your least favorite word?
Moist. Hate that word with a passion.
Moist.
Stop it.
Uh.
Think of soggy carpets.
Okay. What is your favorite curse word?
Do you know how hard that is for me? Because I don't. Twat waffle.
What?
Waffle.
Flaffle?
No. Twat waffle.
Twat waffle. Okay.
Twat waffle. Twat waffle.
I've not heard of that one before, but that's a pretty good one.
I do like wiener, though. Wiener's another one I've started saying a lot. Listen, I'm not big on curse words. So when I do, I'm like, listen here, you twat waffle. Or shut up, you wiener. Is it wiener or twat waffle? Probably twat waffle, though, is my favorite. Say it, Virgil. Say it. Say twat waffle.
Twat waffle.
Thank you. Right there beside kumquat.
Pickle barrel kumquat twat waffle.
Yes! Banana hammock. That's another good word. Don't be a banana hammock.
A word phrase that I picked up like is crap baskets, and that I ended up picking because of Dragon Ball Z, the Abridged series.
Crap basket. I love it.
The one thing I picked up recently where it's like fluffernutter.
Yes. Fluffernutter's a wonderful one. I highly recommend it. But it just doesn't hit as good as twat waffle does when you're angry and you're pissy and you're just like, twat waffle.
Mother fluffer.
Mother fluffer nutter twat waffle kumquat. I kiss my mama with this mouth. That's right. I went, mwah!
Ty says, "Say it with me, guys. Fudge fairy princess."
That's very pretty.
That sounds pretty. That sounds pretty
Sounds like
dirty.
something from South Park.
All right. I think this is the last of the Screen Actors Guild questions. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I'll be honest, if I was able to do a profession and have nothing, like no bars held back, and I was able to go and everything for it, I would really like to be in a vet. I'd like to do something with animals, so either vet tech or like animal police. And at the same time, I wouldn't, because I've seen the rules they have for the guidelines that the states and everything have for animals, and it's very much bare minimum. It would break your heart. Like in New York, if your dog's outside and it's snowing and it's freezing cold, as long as they have like a piece of cardboard covering their head and a bowl out there, they can stay. It's
Mm.
sad. It's really sad. Um, but that's probably what I would love to do.
Virgil, the guy you're
I
thinking is James Lipton. Oh, that's the guy I
Does
was
he
thinking.
make Lipton soup? Is it the same guy?
Nah, it's this bearded dude that like just he did like this thing where it was inside the Actors Guild or whatever, and he would just do interviews with like folks or whatever. There's this one if you want to
He's not
like
the guy who makes Lipton soup or Lipton tea.
no.
Geronimo soup is ugly. I love soup. Why is Rockin' Node so mean to soup?
What did soup ever do to you?
One of my favorite foods. My favorite food is pho. I love pho and I love steak and I love soups. Soups! Chicken nochi soup from Olive Garden. Now
Like-
I'm hungry, Virgil. And I already ate. I had Taco Bell.
Okay, so we actually just have a few questions left. If you're still good on time, and of course, if
I'm
anyone,
good.
all right, and if
I'm ready. I'm
so,
flexing.
so if anyone has any questions, I'll make sure to put them in the thing, in the chat. I know what the thing is. It's the chat. Any, um, so this is a weird scenario I've come up with. But if you had $100 million to make a movie, what would it be?
If I could make a movie.
Yeah, you got $100 million to just make any movie you want.
I would want to make a proper movie about either Hades and Persephone or Medusa.
Mm. And in the spirit of fairness, I will say what I would like to do. An faithful adaptation of the George MacDonald story, The Princess and the Goblin. That I would like to be done by the studio, by Kyoto Animation. So like that's the same like animation studio that's done like K-On! And it has that very distinctive art style. If you like saw it, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, those things. You'd probably recognize it immediately.
Oh.
So, okay, and I think, yeah, this is actually the last question I have on my sheet. Which so far, as far as number of questions, it's actually this. I think this is, but so who is your waifu or husbando?
The person in the other room.
Okay, fictional character. Who is your wife? Husband?
It's okay. So this is gonna sound weird, but the wife and I met through RP. So
Mhm.
for me, like when it comes to fictional and stuff like that, it would be our character. But I guess if I had to have like it's a hard. Why you gotta give me the tough questions? Uh Predator.
Predator from
He's
the
a
original.
Bando.
Okay. I've seen some.
Dumb
I mean,
question.
well,
Have
I've
you not seen his thighs in those fishnets? That's all I'm gonna say.
I can't say anything. I've shared some pretty like sus memes and sus comments already, so I'm
No judgment.
that would be.
You know who's?
Hmm?
Have you ever seen Underworld?
Yes.
Michael and Celine, the main couple. They're.
Oh yeah, that actress or whatever she is very pretty.
She's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But the monster version of Michael, when he was both the werewolf and the vampire, I have a problem. We're just gonna say Predator. I like Predator. He has thick thighs.
You're a werewolf
He
kind
looks
of.
good in fishnets.
You like the
Oh,
werewolves?
I'm totally team werewolf. Totally team. There was never a question. But Celine is gorgeous.
Oh yeah, Selena is. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think I think that's all the questions I have. Were there any? Does anyone else in the chat
I
have
did it.
any? Yes.
I did it.
You.
I did it. I answered the question.
We made through all of them. Your
What's your favorite sandwich?
favorite sandwich?
Yeah, because there's these sandwiches behind me, but I can't eat them.
Oh,
I'd like to know who do I take this up with? I have some complaints. Also, there are no deviled eggs on this platter. Are there tuna fish sandwiches? I'm pretty sure I talked with your manager about this. There should have been tuna fish sandwiches.
I'd like to. Excuse me. Where's your manager? You don't have the Karen here.
Where is Virgil's manager? Where is the manager? I would like to speak to Virgil's manager. There are no. I do not see. I'm looking at these sandwiches behind us, and I mean, unless that right by my mouth here is supposed to be tuna in there, I don't know. I don't know what kind of tuna that is, but
But
I
you're
don't think that's tuna. That's a croissant. And
croissant.
what are these sandwiches up here? They're tiny balls. Where did the toast go? Where's the crust? What happened, Virgil?
But you asked me what my favorite sandwich is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have to go with the Reuben sandwich.
Me too. I love sauerkraut.
Oh yeah, sauerkraut's good.
And it tastes so good on a Reuben with rye.
Oh yeah, yum, yum. And some like cheese or whatever, and just not much, just like a bit of dressing. Not too much.
Just a bit.
Just
you
a
can't
bit.
overpower it. Mm-hmm.
Where it's a nice, like, all complementary and working together as a team of flavors.
A team.
All right. But anyway, I really appreciate you coming on and answering and being the test subject for all these questions and the first episode of
I'm honored
spilling
to
the
be
tea.
test subject. I just wish, my food arrangements had made it to your manager in time because I still. Can we please look at this platter behind me? I'm trying to figure out the foods, Virgil. I think those are cakes in the second tier.
Yeah,
What the
those
hell
are cakes.
What is at the bottom? What is that? It looks like someone stuffed macaroon sandwich. What is it?
I think
Ask
on the
questions.
I think those are like fingers. I think those are some type of finger sandwiches. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure there's an allergy somewhere up in here because are those like I think that row is supposed to be cakes and that looks like chocolate frosting maybe like a chocolate mousse between the breads. But then where's the sandwiches?
I think that's
What the hell is that up top? That's not a sandwich. It's circular. It looks like an egg that became bread.
I think those are.
Talk to your manager. I'm done.
I think on the top is supposed to be some sort of like sweet or whatever in ball form.
Sweet balls.
Yes.
Glitch can't about this.
No, I'm.
Virgil's feeding us. Glitch, when it's your turn next week, Virgil's gonna feed you sweet balls and questionable finger foods. Don't you hide! Get back here, you.
Now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking of like of Chef. That is
Oh,
the chocolate salty balls.
It's funny because people will ask me what's my type of humor because like the wife loves fart jokes.
Mhm.
Mine is South Park. I have an odd sense of humor.
Yeah, I that all right. But yeah, next time we are having Glitch Kitten on as our guest, which that's on the 25th at 7 p.m. Central. So almost the same time on different day. An hour later. Jerome, make sure, of course, I need to give you a shout out.
I didn't get my double eggs. I love double eggs, except they make you fart. And then your fart smells like eggs. And then that's a whole other problem. That's why you didn't put doubled eggs. Figured it out.
And then
What is that?
That's supposed to be a thing that shows like someone's clip. It didn't work last time.
It didn't work this time either.
I need to talk with someone's manager about that.
See,
What?
look at this. You need to make a list for this manager. Whoever this manager is, got words for you.
Let's try one more time. Because you were playing Silent Hill 2 last, right?
Of course. Actually, the remake's really good. Do you plan on playing it? Virgil?
Not on my current. Not on my current.
Plan on playing that beautiful horror game.
Not on my current PC. That's for sure.
Thank you for having me, Virgil. It's okay. You don't need a clip. I'm giving you all the hugs.
Oh. Thank you. So, and if it's all right with you, I do plan on uploading this to YouTube. If you're okay with that.
It's fine.
Okie dokie.
Completely fine.
Right. And then, all right. So I think that's and so do you have any upcoming things that you would in upcoming events you would like to share with the kind folks at home?
Yes, we have Bets and Banter coming on. It's a series we do where we try to get underappreciated, low CCV numbered streamers who maybe don't get a lot of views due to the algorithm and stuff, and we try to show them off to the world because everyone deserves discoverability, especially when you work hard and you realize that Twitch sometimes doesn't give you really good discoverability, and sometimes Twitter, well, all the time Twitter just stinks. So it's helpful. But we have our show going on, and then in a few weeks I'll be celebrating my birthday, and 2 weeks my wife and I's anniversary. We got stuff going on for stream. I got a lot. I got stuff going.
Okay, and
barbecue kabold, maybe. Just...
No. All right. Is there someone you would like to raid out to that's currently streaming?
Let me see. Oh gosh, there's so many good beans. Hold on. Are you familiar with Grat?
The goblin?
Yeah, there's Grat, and then there's also Wishy Pow.
Okay. Yeah, I know Grot works. They're currently playing Star Sector.
Yes.
And then who was the other that you were?
Wishy Pow. They're playing Bad Parenting. It's an indie horror. So indie horror or space?
I guess since it's Spooktober, I guess we'll go with since I have given like Grot a raid once, so I'll give the new person a raid, if that sounds good. What was there? If
She is a wonderful bean, and she just started streaming about a half hour ago. I just sent you her stuff.
Okie dokie. Wishy pow. I like that monster interjecting on their icon. That's cute. All right.
They're a wonderfully sweet content creator. They're an eyeball monster.
Ooh.
But she's a cute eyeball monster.
Ay caramba. I know, that was terrible.
It was, but I'm not going to judge you. Yet.
All right. I get this raid going. Then thank you so much, Geronimo, and thank everyone that joined in. I really appreciate it. Let's get our raid message going. I now have commands for that. Then, do versions tea time. Then we get that going.
Barbecue Kabold. Barbecue Kabold.
And I'll go with, we've been mentioning South Park, so we'll do the South Park Cthulhu song as our outro. It's time. Anyway, thanks everyone.
My Little Cthulhu?
Yes, the Cthulhu song. And smiles, it's a magical few ups and air. Soon the whole world will be made aware of you and the Death Lord Cthulhu. The world's a better place. Together you have so much fun. On my stupid face to oblivion. Suck it, bitches. Bye bye.